welcome to my channel. So I am Kimmy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am going to be talking about the best real estate lead sources in 2026 that you guys can use, and hopefully you use the best. So some of the worst lead sources are just random paid leads, one-off social posts, waiting on referrals only. And in my previous video, I talked to you guys about asking for referrals. And in order to stay in business, right, in order to be productive and to have a successful business, what you want to do is always have a referral business. Always ask for referrals. Cold calling, FSBO, for sale by owners, and door knocking. So I have done all three of those lead sources. So for cold calling, I ended up using Mojo. Mojo is a phone dialer. Depending on how many people you have on a team, depending on how many phones you want to ring at the same time, it has a software where you can use 2 to 3, sometimes even more. But I went for the dialer that has 2 time using Mojo dialer. And I had been successful in calling people, speaking still by owners, but a lot of the times what I came across is people were really adamant about the market. They didn't have access to the multiple listing service, or the MLS system, I should say. They don't have access to it to really know what's going on in the back end system. So they feel as though if they can list their home themselves, they will be able to get money for it. Door knocking, as I mentioned to you guys in a couple of my posts, and I think I have a video on my channel where I mentioned why I quit real estate and it was the best decision ever. As you guys can see, I'm still doing real estate. So in one of the neighborhoods that I was geo farming in, I did have a lot of success. I did pop-ups. I learned to do pop-ups through Buffini, and I would do a lot of door knocking. And I had success in scheduling an appointment with one particular owner and his wife. And now for cold calling, you can have immediate conversations. Some of the cold calling and some of the people that answer the phone will tell you, I have my number on the do not call list. If they say they have their number on it, just don't call them, right? Just remove it. Mojo Dialer does have a feature where you can go in and actually just remove all of their information from the actual database. So it is important to have immediate conversations. You need a script. You need a script to know what to say. I did not have a lot of people hang up on me while I was speaking to them. Some of them said, yeah, I'm interested in selling my house. Are you able to give me $1 million? So it just depends on the market, right? It depends on the market. It depends on what that house is worth and so forth. It'll be 2 hours of your time that you're going to set to the side. So here are some of the best lead sources that I have found successful for me, that has worked for me, and that works. And a lot of it is free. Open houses. Doing open houses on the weekends for 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes if you're limited to only do it for an hour, then still go ahead and do the open house on the Saturday and the Sunday. Open houses can want to have people in their house on the weekend and prefer to do an open house on the weekday. If that's the case, then you can go ahead and do it. It is whatever the seller wants, because as a listing agent, your fiduciary obligations and your fiduciary duties belongs to the seller, okay? The seller is the one who is paying you. And whatever the seller wants is 9 times out of 10, the seller is supposed to get. So open houses. Please do open houses. Have your directional signs, your balloons, whatever it is you need to have to allow people to come to your open house. People need to know when they are driving by that there's an open house. Everybody's not on social media. Everybody might not know about your open house. It is okay to have directionals leading to the open house. And because this is 2026, I am going to talk about safety. Prior to you guys doing any open houses, if you can do an open house with another realtor, please do that, because it is your priority. Safety first. Secondly, you also want to be able to have a QR code where they can use their phone and scan and put in their information. And then some agents have gotten attacked during open houses. It has happened. Because granted, in the event something were to happen, who are you supposed to call, right? Informing family members, your husband, your wife, that you are going to be doing an open house. Century Lock has a feature on there where the minute you go into a property or you go into a house, it will alert your emergency contacts, and your emergency contacts will know that you are in a particular house. And I think it also provides the address, if I'm not mistaken. But if the door is left opened too long, it will alert them. So please make sure that you are using your safety features, that you are allowing people to know where you are. I would suggest not to do open houses yourself, because you just don't know who you're going to come across. And make sure there is a sign-in sheet, and you want to have a disclosure sheet, and you want to also agreement, is because sometimes you have people come into the property that do not have an agent representing them and are looking for somebody to represent them. So if you're doing quality work, if you're doing great work, of course they're going to want to use you and your services in the future. Okay. And past clients. Those past clients, you should be asking for referrals, and keep asking for referrals, right? Just because you ask one client, you will stay in business. And referrals is how you eat. And your sphere of influence. Your sphere of influence comes from people you work with, people you used to go to clubs with. If I could go to the club with you and you know you want to buy a house and you ain't calling me to buy no house, then something there wrong, right? Also reaching out to family members, acquaintances, and ask them and let them know that you guys are in business. You have to know that you are in business in order to recommend you for business. So if you're getting into real estate and you are shy, real estate is not the business for you. So I would suggest that you let your sphere of influence know that you are in real estate. And sometimes they will shoot it down. Hey, oh, my wife already has a friend who's in real estate. Oh, my husband is already a realtor. Oh, my wife's sister's in real estate. They have so many excuses, and they say that 9 times out of 10. Do not allow that to discourage you. When people like you, they will support your business and they will give you great work, right? They will give you great work. So don't feel as though you are the only person that may not get support from the friends that you thought was going to support your business, or from the family members or the kin or the relatives, or the people who just want to be nosy and want to know how you're doing your business. At the end of the day, it happens to a lot of us, and it is okay. That is why there are networking events that you guys need to attend and go to. Those networking events don't only have to be in the state. You can go anywhere to a real estate networking event, whether it is Inman Connect, Tom Ferry, Buffini, whatever it is. Go to those real estate networking events and build your clientele. And when you guys are doing business, you can sponsor. Events, right? Sponsor events and get your name out there. Do what you have to do to make yourself successful, because at the end of the day, nobody can support you and nobody will know your business if you are behind closed doors. So, the open house past clients in the sphere of influence work is because they already know you face to face, right? You already had a conversation with them face to face, and they will know you. And based off of a person's energy, their conversation, you will know, like, you know what, maybe I'm not really a good fit for this particular client, or this potential client. Maybe I'm not really a good fit, and that is okay. YouTube is one of the best lead sources for business. I have contacted people on YouTube to do business with, and have built relationships with them, and they do really good work. Neighborhood to GeoFarm in, send out flyers. If you have another realtor in your area that closed on a property there, you are out, you can speak to the realtor and say, hey, do you mind if I could take your listing photos and use it to market, because I'm looking to close my first deal in real estate. You can do that. If they say yes, then go ahead and do it. And you can say, and here's how you say it. Hey, we had somebody in our office, one of my team members, one of my partners, literally just closed this house down the street. This home sold for this amount of money, and I would love the opportunity to provide you information, or to present you information to see how much your home will be worth. It is okay to do that. And some people might be like, yeah, I'm interested. I purchased this house for 200 something thousand, and I've been living in this house for 7 years. I want to see how much it's worth now. You know what I mean? It's okay to provide free information, and some people will be blown away when they find out how much their house is worth. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and comment leads. Leads. We want leads, and we want referrals. So comment leads and referrals. Yeah, have a good one.